Welcome to our webinar. During the next 20 to 25 minutes, I, alongside my guests, will share our thoughts around female entrepreneurship in the UK with you and how we manage our successful businesses. We will share some of the interesting facts we have found out along our journey and some tips we find useful to start and grow our businesses. This webinar is part of the Erasmus Plus project We Get, Women Entrepreneurs Generating Enhanced Training. Through this project, I have been able to complete various training modules, which I thoroughly recommend as these were so beneficial to me, but I hope this webinar is equally rewarding for you. The main topic of this webinar is motivation. As women, we have so much going on in our daily life, be it family, children, school, or even just our main job. So finding and keeping the motivation that is needed to start or continue running our own businesses is not always easy. So I will start by giving you a little background about myself. My name is Lisa Musson. Firstly, my main job is being a mother to 2 children, which keeps me very busy. But I have also worked in the beauty industry for over 20 years. I did open my own beauty salon, but unfortunately due to COVID, I had to close the salon down in 2021. I now currently work as a project manager for Kilcooley Women's Centre, but I have very recently started to work as a self-employed mobile beauty therapist as well as my main role in Kilcooley Women's Centre. What is motivation? The entrepreneurial motivation is the process that activates and motivates the entrepreneur to exert higher level of effort for the achievement of his or her entrepreneurial goals. Motivation is regarded as the inner state that energizes activity and directs or channels behavior towards the goal. Motivation is the process that arouses action, sustains the activity and the progress, and that regulates the pattern of activity. So how do we get motivation? We look at our peers, we look for success stories, we look for reasons to keep going. Here are some facts about female entrepreneurs in the UK. So female entrepreneurs in the UK, businesses founded by female entrepreneurs raised 24% of equity rounds in the UK's private market last year, double the proportion seen in 2011. Self-employed women are the majority of the newly self-employed. The increase in the number of women in the UK becoming self-employed is unprecedented. Historically, women have made up just over a quarter of the self-employed, but since the 2008 downturn, 58% of the newly self-employed have been female. In the last year, self-employment has started to decline for men, but not for women. There are now almost 1.5 million women self-employed, which represents an increase of around 300,000 since before the economic downturn. An estimated 48 million female entrepreneurs and 64 million female established business owners currently employ 1 or more people in their business. 7 million female entrepreneurs and 5 million established business owners are expected to grow their ventures by at least 6 employees in 5 years worldwide. Almost 1 in every 3 entrepreneurs in the UK is female. Female business owners now account for a larger proportion of new company incorporations than ever before. In total, over 20% of new firms, are now led by women, which is a high record. Over 140,000 all-female founded companies were created last year, and this figure is growing by over a third each year. And most small businesses take at least 2 to 3 years to be profitable and become truly successful once they've hit the 7 to 10 year mark. This shows success does not happen overnight, but with hard work that it will happen. Some facts and figures for you there to have a look at. So, I'm now going to play some videos from some entrepreneurial women who will share some advice and tips they picked up along the way. Dolores, who is studying counselling and has had many clients, is starting her entrepreneurial journey and will share some time management tips. And Lindsay, who has a very successful dog grooming business, will share some advice around budgeting.
Good afternoon. My name is Dolores Murray. I currently work. Good afternoon. My name is Dolores Murray. I currently work as an integrative therapist. I am 55 years of age and I currently live in Bangor in County Down in Northern Ireland. Previously to working as a therapist, I worked for a number of years in local government. And then I decided that I wanted to do something for me, and this really involved me then embarking on my career change, where I trained to work as an integrative therapy, where I use a number of therapies when working with clients in a counselling environment. I at present I am working towards a level 5 qualification in cognitive behavioural therapy. The change was prompted by I had been working in local government for a very long time. I wanted to do something for me, and therefore, and also been working for a local charity as well. So I have found the change really, really worthwhile. I'm currently hoping to work towards opening my own counselling practice in the North Down area, where I'll offer a variety of services to clients, such as person-centred therapy and also bereavement counselling. I'm now going to talk you through some tips and ideas that I found that were very useful when I started out working in my own business. That might seem really obvious, but as busy people, we often find it very difficult to switch off. And I could sometimes resent my business and my clients by not making time for myself. And then I had to look at, how I could improve the situation. One of the first things I looked at was establishing really good boundaries for me as an individual, but also for working with clients and working with partners. I have set working hours, which I really do strictly adhere to, including, but I also make time to see my family and my friends, because obviously that's really important and it's a really good part of mindfulness and relaxation. I also make sure that I take very regular breaks, especially when I'm working at home, because it's very easy sometimes not to switch off. And obviously, when you're working with clients, it's very important that you adapt time for yourself as well. It can be easy to lose track of time, so I do make sure I take regular breaks, 5 or 10 minutes away when I'm working in front of a computer screen with clients, and that helps me to clear my head and focus on the day ahead and what my agendas are. And also, it's really good for mindfulness and my mental and physical well-being. It also helps with concentration and productivity. I have a designated workspace. I don't work from a bedroom. I have a designated office, and that allows me to have a very sort of clear definition of where my workspace is and where my workspace ends and where my home life actually begins. I find for me it's very very important to have very clear definition between both areas. So I'm constantly not sitting looking at the dining room table or whatever. I'm being reminded of work. I also have very set days for what I'm doing. Mondays, for example, will be days where I maybe assess clients. Tuesday, maybe I'll do work, maybe bereavement charity work on a Tuesday. A Wednesday generally is a day off that I allow myself, and the rest of the week is client work, as well as supervision, and also as counsellors we also have to avail of personal therapy time as well. I also try and reduce interruptions, and try and put my phone away and not to focus too much time on social media or news outlets, because sometimes I find that can filter into your private life, can have a very negative impact, particularly when you're working with very demanding clients. And also, it's very important for busy people to learn to say no more often. And if you don't have time to do something, there's nothing selfish and saying, no, I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the capacity to do that at this moment in time. It's not being rude, it's just being realistic and practical. But you can also turn if no, I can't do that at the moment, or I'll maybe do that tomorrow, or I'll do that on Monday. You're not saying no, absolutely no way we'll do it. I also like to prioritize. I like to look at my working week and decipher, what is a priority, what is really important, what do I need to focus on. And I also like to look at my own goals and aspirations whenever I'm doing that, because I need to make sure that I'm meeting my own needs as a professional as well.
Hello, my name is Lindsay Lynch. I'm from Northern Ireland. My professional background is in banking and finance. However, after having young children, I decided it would better suit my family, having 3 young children, to think about setting up my own business and to give me some flexibility and a better work and home life balance. I thought long and hard what my capabilities were and what business would work best for me and my family, and having had a love of dogs from a young age, I began to research what training and qualifications I would have needed to become a dog groomer and set my own business up. I feel like it was a business I could build without huge setup fees, which I really didn't have. The training wasn't extremely lengthy, and the work could have potentially allowed me to manage my own hours and be flexible around my children. I could start small and build from there. So where I am now is that my business has been a huge success, a few years in now, although not without a lot of hard work. I've grown my business to be successful and has a lot of scope to get bigger if and when I feel I'm ready to do so. I have enjoyed all aspects of building the business, and I feel confident that success will continue. Here I'm sharing some tips about money management that helped me along the way. So starting your own business can be expensive. Depending on what it is you need. You might need property, stock, materials, or even just admin materials. This is all startup costs before we may even begin to make some money. It's also easy to get excited and spend on items that we want without tracking and ending up in debt very quickly and easily. This could have a knock-on effect on your personal life and make you feel like a failure. Therefore, you could become uninterested in continuing your business, as it is causing stress and unhappiness. Here are some ideas that helped me ensure I looked after my finances in business and personal, and therefore I didn't have my business making any unnecessary risks on my personal life. I used separate bank accounts, business and personal, and kept them totally separate. Only use the business account for expenses, may that be rent, materials, or even refreshments of business meetings, and just keep receipts for everything that I purchase. Track all incomings and outgoings. Review this regularly. This will help you notice unnecessary spends. Take a salary. It's sometimes easy to say that you won't at the start so your incomings look better, but remember this is a business, therefore you need paid. And if you're not paying yourself, you may not see any reason to continue your business or be motivated. If you're in a position to not need an incoming wage, put the money aside nevertheless, as you will never know when it may come in useful. And plan ahead. Make sure you work out all your outgoings in advance, rents, materials, tax, and set an amount aside as soon as possible. When this is separate, you will be able to see the actual profit that you're making. Set money aside for emergencies. Things can happen. You may get sick, equipment could break. If possible, have a separate account where you can, for this amount, so that you can, if anything does occur, it doesn't mean the end of your business, rather just a small setback. And shop around. If you're buying regular materials, shop around for repeat customer or bulk buying discounts. Set a budget and stick to it. Decide how much is reasonable for your needs over a period of time. Materials in a month, for example. Do not go for it, even if you want to buy more. Save it for the month after. It's easy to keep going over budget if you've done so once. So spending money to make money may be a well-known saying. However, as an entrepreneur, we can't afford to fail. We need to make money savvy and carefully budget. We want a successful business, but not at the expense of our personal life. So thank you for watching. I hope these simple tips will enable your business to become financially secure and quicker. Thank you.
I hope you got some ideas from our ladies. So, some more motivational advice. Create a strong mission statement. Look back at it when you're faltering. Remember your health. Take breaks when you need to or ask for some help. Have me time to release the tension and have some fun, and remember why you started your own business. Have incentives. Give yourself targets and goals and reward yourself when you reach these. Share your good news stories and successes with friends and family, because it can be hard not having colleagues to share these things with. Join entrepreneurial groups and share joys and seek some advice. Be flexible. If something exciting occurs, try and enjoy it. So I'm just going to recap. Time management, schedule work and life. Focus on each fully, including taking breaks, socializing and having off time, as well as scheduled duties at specific times. Budget clearly. Keep finances separate and keep them that way. Make lists and track what comes in and out, but keep an emergency fund. Motivation needs to be refreshed. Take time for yourself, have some fun, and share your experiences with others. Here you will find the links of some of the facts we use and some reading that may be of interest to you. Regardless of what business you're in, it's always beneficial to continually learn, whether you read, take a training course, or shadow someone in the same industry. This will keep your business ideas fresh and updated, therefore always relevant. Thank you for watching our webinar. We hope it was beneficial and some of the advice will benefit you and your business. Thank you and good luck.